Hello my friends, welcome back to another guitar lesson. So today we are going to look at diminished chords like I promised you. So again we are going to look at diminished chords on 1, 2, 3 strings. So the first one is we're going to look at we're going to use the G chord, okay? On this string, let's use the G chord. So we have, remember, then the minor 7, then so when you reach the minor 7, the next part that is remaining is now the minor 7. So diminished chords have two types. We have the minor 7 flat 5, which we also call the half diminished. So it is a minor 7 flat 5, and that is what gives us the name. That's why I'm starting from the minor 7. So you realize that the minor 7 still has the 5, which is D in this case for the G chord. But I need us to focus on chord shapes that are movable, because when it comes to jazz or certain other styles of music, we rely highly on these movable chord shapes. So we have G minor 7, and this is the 5th. So the names, the half diminished says minor 7 flat 5. So we look at the 5th, we flatten it, okay, to D flat or to C sharp. So we're going to have, okay, so now we're going to have this kind of fingering. So as if the A minor chord, that shape, then we have this root here. So we have that like that. So that is our half diminished or minor 7 flat 5 chord. And then the diminished, the full diminished chord is the same as lowering the 7 furthermore. So it is like flat 7, like 2 flat 7. So we're going to now change the fingering. So we look at that 7. We already have that dominant 7 like there. So we're going to lower it further. So we're going to have now, in this case, we're going to have E. But when we talk about the chord, we don't look at it in that way, but rather we indicate a double flat on the 7, because major 7, flat 7, double flat. So we're going to consider this, kind of as F flat, but it's E. Then we have the C sharp here, or a D flat, because it's a flat 5, E flat. Then we have this, our root, and then the minor 3rd. So the fingering is like that. So that's kind of the shape. Yeah, the shape looks weird at first, but it's actually a comfortable shape if you practice it well. So that E, D flat, B flat, and then the G. So that's the shape. So we have that minor 7 flat 5, also known as half diminished. Then diminished. Okay, that's on this string. Then when you go to this string, let's consider the C chord. Remember the minor 7. So we're going to look at minor 7 flat 5. So where is our 5? It is here. So we're going to flatten it. So we're going to have that. So we have our root, we have our minor 7, we have our flat 5, and then the flat 3. So that is going to be our minor 7 flat 5, or our C half diminished. Okay, and these chord shapes are also movable. So D half diminished, E half diminished, or minor 7 flat 5. Those two names are used interchangeably when we look at chord sheets. So minor 7 flat 5 or half diminished. Like that. Then for the full diminished, again we're going to consider look for the 7 notes. Major 7, flat 7, flat 7, like flatten it again. Then the root remains, and that one. So it's going to be like this. Root, flat 5, double flat 7. So in this case, it's going to be A. Like that. So that is diminished. And you may notice that these chords have a lot of tension that requires resolution. Or yeah, that tension, that kind of tension. That's what we call tension and release. So that is it on the A string. So we go to the D string. So remember we had our minor 7 flat 5. So let's consider this E chord. Say this is E minor 7 flat 5. If you missed the previous lesson, please do watch it so you can be able to follow along. So this is our minor 7 flat 5. Rather, this is our E minor 7. So now we are looking for the flat 5. Where is our 5? It is here. So we are going to take it here and make further use of this shape. So it's going to... Okay, so that is our E minor 7 flat 5 or E half diminished. So if we want to make to work on the diminished, remember still this, so this shape is still a movable one. So you look for the root, and that's where the name is. Root. So this is where the root is. Then when we want to get the full diminished, remember, we look for the 7th again. We started with this 7 to this dominant 7, and now we're going to lower it further to C sharp here, or to D flat. So we're going to have that. Then these others are going to remain the same. So we're going to have this. Like that. Like that. So those are our diminished chord, the half diminished and the full diminished. We shall talk more about their functionality and all those other things in our next lesson. So please remember to subscribe and hit the notification icon so I can always notify you when I post that other video. To those who have subscribed, I really appreciate. Thank you for growing the channel and for loving the channel. Do share, do recommend the channel to your friends so that we can all learn and become better musicians. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next lesson.